In this Lord of the Rings Rise to War video, I'm going to talk about the AI-controlled armies, which are absolutely insane. I got attacked not once, not twice, but 17 times. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today I'm talking about a little bit of a war going on against an AI-controlled faction in Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Now, I'm going to talk about why that's even a thing in just a moment, but first, I want to showcase what happened when I left my march in a tile that was maybe a little aggressive for me to be placed on. I'll show you the tile in just a second, but let's look at these reports. I thought, you know what? Come at me, man. Give me your best shot, man. So the game gave me its best shot with 17 attacks. Let's get a look at this. First attack, absolutely crushed them. 60 dead units. Next attack, still crushed them. I had 170 dead units. Maybe you keep track of the math. It's going to be a lot of dead troops here. All right, freaking crush this guy. Next army, GG easy, bro. 50 dead units. You ain't got nothing on me. You ain't got nothing on me. Next attack, 161 for me. 1,200 dead for you. Get wrecked. Here we go again. Come at me. 128 dead for me. 750 for them. You got nothing on me. Next report. Boom. 174 dead for me. 1,500 dead for them. Easy. Easy. Up next. Nothing. Nothing. 84 dead for me. 1,100 dead for them. I mean, they're just bringing not even upgraded units here, man. Noobs. Total noobs. This is the AI just attacking over and over. And they attacked again. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Another 143 dead. And again, 210 dead for me, 1,500 dead for them. I mean, I'm doing work here, cutting down their numbers, but it's the AI. They don't care about their troops. They just do this over and over. 228 dead for me and 1,500 dead for them. Now things are starting to stack up. 2,200 dead for, or sorry, 223 dead for me, 1,500 dead for them. And they're attacking again. Now they're bringing freaking cave trolls. Okay, 189 dead for me to 780 for them. But I mean, they just kept going. Now this, yeah. So now, I guess this big fight has ended. I'm out of Ram Riders, and I'm almost out of infantry to guard. So this is an issue. My units have become injured, and I needed to retreat my march, but I don't know, man. I wasn't watching because I figured, you know what? What are they going to do? They ain't got nothing on me. They ain't got nothing on me. 382 to 750. See, now I'm in trouble. My archers just get wrecked here. 349 to 549. Yeah. See, this is awkward. The thing that's weird is there were a whole bunch of my allies stacked on this tile with me. So I don't know if they got wrecked too, and then they started hitting me, or how this all went down. Because I thought I was like pretty well shrouded by just like a whole bunch of players being around. This was a big report, pretty negative. 459 dead for me. Still, I'm trading positive, 530 for them, but not terribly positive, until finally I failed. 129 to 30 for them. The one and only negative trade there. So a little frustrating that I stepped away for just a minute when like nothing was happening for like an hour, and then all of a sudden, boom, they went all in. This is the tile that I was on. There's still 6 marches there. So they obviously sent a lot of armies at me, and obviously I did a lot of damage here. And when my march dies, it gets retreated back to my fort. My fort is over here where we're fighting by this crossing. We're fighting by the crossing because, well, they had taken it before. We took it back. And, I mean, I left this march here. They didn't attack it at all. Why didn't you attack this march, man? This march is freaking got T4s. I'm ready for you. I'm so ready for you. Come at me. But whatever. My Dwallin's my stronger of the 2 marches. Obviously, leaving a march forward in a war zone doesn't make any sense. I kind of just wanted to see what the AI would do. I looked away. They attacked. Technically, the game knows I looked away, but I'm sure they don't factor that into their calculations. And you may be wondering, Chisgule, what are you talking about? AI, man. So, in at least my server, and I think this is the case for every server, there's 2 factions that we have that are AI controlled. One is over here, Rune. I don't know if is it pronounced Rune or Ruin? R-H-U-N. And then the other faction, which is AI controlled, is Angmar. I mean, it's just completely AI. And the fighting's been going on in this area over here, where there was a marker, for just a very, very long time. For a very long time. There's a crossing. Oh, yeah, here it is. I mean, it's just been going on for forever. And it looks like Lothlorien has ultimately crossed over here, built a bunch of forts, and seemingly warded them off for a bit. Although, you know, freaking who knows when they'll be back, right? So you can see here that when there's an attack nearby and enemies are marching near my units, there's a little marker telling me that that's the case. If I had been paying attention, I could have used that warning to get out of the situation I was in instead of getting completely stacked up on. And I could have fled that tile almost assuredly between rounds. And I kind of wonder, I mean, if I had been paying attention, which I wasn't, yeah, I mean, it looks like each of these attacks were individual and not, I don't see any text here that would say like, and then the next fight happened. So I could have totally walked away. And I mean, definitely a mistake on my end that cost me some troops. So now what do I do? I mean, I can send some more troops down to this army, right? And like, good news for me, I have troops to send, right? And if I'm going to not be paying attention, I could certainly send more infantry than I had sent, right? I could put a few rams in there, bring some archers. See, I got troops. I got troops, game. Right? So I could do something like this, okay? Which puts me in a pretty good spot to run back down there and contribute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh my troops. I've got more troops training, conscripting some more, and I'm sure my hospital's quite full now in the apothecary. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 hours of healing. Hooray. So I'm going to queue up my 2 hours of healing. If you wanted, by the way, you could heal in increments. And healing in increments means that you only get all your troops back when the healing time is complete. So there's really no value to queuing 2 hours. In fact, even I should follow my own guidance. I'm going to queue for 1 hour. It doesn't make sense to do 2 hours. And then I get my troops back in an hour in case I need them. And then I can queue up for another hour after that. Okay? That's the way to do it. Unlike when you're training troops, which, by the way, in case you were wondering, when you're training troops in the barracks, you can see the number over here is X out of Y. This is 100 out of 1,525. So I've already got 100 of these Iron Warriors conscripted. Incrementally, they're brought into action, which is kind of cool. And I got these other units training up. So no real hardship for me. Actually, the hardship is on the attackers there, man. I feel like I got a pretty positive overall report, but like a fraction of attention from me would have gotten a better result. I could have walked away when my tanks were all gone, and that would have definitely been helpful. Now, just getting a quick look again at those reports, I am getting experience from these fights, but like the smallest amount of commander experience you've ever seen. So there's not, as far as I can tell, a lot of value to fighting these units, and they're all kind of lower tiered units, which is a part of why the trade was so positive. I am getting some prestige out of the deal. This is an indicator of how much you fought other factions, but I'm not aware of any use for prestige at this moment in time. I do think it would be cool if some rewards were based on prestige, so you have to do some amount of fighting other players to get the sort of top-tier rewards in the game. And if I just get a look over here, I don't have all that much prestige, 5,400. There's no leaderboard for prestige. There's no way to know if that's good or if that's bad or what. So all I know is that I went AFK on a tile because, I don't know, my wife asked me to go help install a car seat. And when I came back, oh, you know, hey, as far as priorities go, I'm happy with my prioritization there. And I could have just walked my march away. Maybe the story is that it's worth the stamina to just retreat your march to safety. I honestly wanted to fight. I gotta fight. Is what it is. If you enjoyed the video, throw a like on here. Consider subscribing. I don't exactly know what we need to do to fight off the hordes of hell that are sort of on our doorstep over here, and at what point they'll stop. They're AI. They don't care. They genuinely don't care. I can go and I can smash some of the AI. Like, I could pick on some of these marches for the sake of picking on them. Like, those 3 marches over there, I could go beat up, or I could try to take a 6 stack over here just because I freaking can, right? Like, I'm not opposed to that. In fact, I'm tempted to dive in and just get a punch at these guys. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I can't do that. It says the land is in transition, cannot march. Bummer. Well, you know what's not going to be in transition? It's these 3 armies over here. Oh, yeah, baby. That's fine. Territory limit is reached. Let me talk about that for a second. So, when I attacked an army earlier today, it took this tile after I took the army. So, this was an enemy tile. It was red. I targeted it because there was an enemy on it. I fought the enemy, then I fought the guardian of the tile, and then I got control of the tile. When I attacked earlier and I was at capacity, I didn't fight the tile guardian and claim the tile. Instead, I just killed the marches on top of it, which is what I'm aiming to do right now, by the way. And then my marches went back to sort of their original position. Now, I do notice only just now that one of my alliance members is on their way here, so I may have sort of wasted an attack because they may have just gone and cleaned this up on our behalf. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Maybe I should have bullied in a different area on the map. I genuinely didn't see that there was a march on its way over there. So that's something else to kind of keep in mind when you're going and fighting is if somebody else has it covered, do you need to go? Because, I mean, what's about to happen to these 3 marches, which I don't know their strength. I mean, they could be good, but I don't think that's going to be the case, right? I can see the location, by the way, of the tile, but when I tap their little profiles here, I can't actually see their city's location. So I don't actually know how strong these AI players are, but I kind of figure at this stage of the game, with my ranking being what it is, 13th for ring level, 6th for personal production, I mean, like, if I can't just bully these guys out of here, then I mean, dang, the AI would just be too strong, right? And you saw that in those other reports, they were all T2 armies pretty much anyways, so as long as I actually have some tanks still left in front of my march, I'm probably fine, okay? It's probably going to be okay. In 22 minutes, I get back into the fray again. So in 1 minute, my march lands here. Oh, and let me show you what I brought. So in this army, I have 1,050 of the T4 tanky guys for the dwarves. Tanky guys is the technical name. I'll look up the real name in a second. 850 T3 ram riders and 3,300 T3 axe throwers. The name of the aforementioned tanky boys, if I go into my city, check the barracks, is the Iron Warriors. I was close. That was like directionally correct, right? Iron Warrior, tanky boy, whatever. This could have been tanky girls. That also would have been fine, right? Here we go. Let's hit this thing. The tanky ladies and gentlemen, dwarves of Erebor, or however they want to identify. I'm not judging. Let's hit this thing, shall we? Let's get the job done. The T4 smash, and there will be smashing. 3 armies. What happens? Does it give me 5 seconds of war 3 times in a row? It does not. Did I defeat 3 armies? I see 3 armies retreating. So I'm pretty... maybe 4 armies. I have 4 reports. Let's see what happened here. Okay. It gives me a 3 stack of the reports. What happened? I attacked the 1 power land. Get wrecked. T2 cave trolls and T2 pirates. Okay. Pirates get destroyed. Look in the report. 12 dead. Yeah. See, I should be more careful not to lose units in silly ways. Here's another. There's a level 35. 1,008 dead for them. It's T3s. So see, this is a nice one. 117 for me. And in the next report, what do we got? 210 for me. 1,484 for them. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Cleared the tile. GG easy. And all of that gives me this prestige, which, to my knowledge, isn't used for anything. If I look in my season journey real quick, and I look at the target, okay, I don't see anything related to having a high score there. So, I mean, kind of a bummer. I think it would be kind of cool if there was some stuff there that you got, you know, for battling the enemy. Something related to the amount that you fought other factions, giving you reward. But you can see my march is now going back to its original tile. So, war in Lord of the Rings Rise to War. It is a lot like playing chess. You don't know when the enemy is going to make its move. The order in which those actions happen is not turn by turn. It's not you go, they go, you go, they go. It's kind of people do it whenever they feel like doing it. And in this case, right now, we're battling against an AI group that is playing like a horde. Yeah, you send a ton of marches. 17 at my previous march to try to take it out. I'm honestly a little surprised that, like, nobody came to my aid in that tile. But at the same time, once a tile is under contention, I don't think you actually can go there anymore. Like, I tried to go to this tile that was under contention and it wouldn't let me go. So maybe that's the other piece of the puzzle. Maybe no one could come to my aid. Maybe all these marches just kind of ganged up on me. It is what it is. I mean, I live to tell the tale, and this video documents the story. If you enjoyed this, throw a like on here. Consider subscribing. I genuinely am not sure what we do to beat the AI. I guess we try to take their lands, limit their resource production gain, and uproot their cities. Is that what we do? Is that how we win this? And until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Don't go AFK in a war zone. It doesn't matter if you have something important to do, like installing a car seat. Just run your march home, all right?